People have asked, what is the Shofar about? What is Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, about? So you've probably heard of the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. On the Liberty Bell is inscribed a verse from the book of Leviticus, Vayikra 25:10. And the verse says, "Proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants thereof." In Hebrew, "Ukratem dror ba'aretz l'chol yoshveha." You shall proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. Now, in ancient Israel, they did not use a bell. What the Torah says is you should blow a shofar throughout the land in the Jubilee year to proclaim liberty. The liberty there was referring to people who were indentured servants, slaves, who went free even if they didn't want to. There was a phenomenon that a lot of slaves did not want to go free. But everyone went free on the Jubilee year. Lands, ancestral lands, returned to the owners who had to sell it because they were poor, destitute, etc. So there's a general manumission and freedom that takes place in this Jubilee year in biblical times, and that was proclaimed by sounding a shofar throughout the land of Israel. And of course, the people who commissioned the Liberty Bell were aware of that verse, and they put this on the Liberty Bell: proclaim freedom throughout the land, or liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants thereof. So one of the ancient Jewish texts, known as the Sifri, comments on that verse that the only, or the one and major meaning of the blowing of the shofar is proclamation of liberty. And that is true even on Rosh Hashanah. What is the liberty, the freedom that is being proclaimed on Rosh Hashanah by blowing the shofar? What is that liberty? The answer, I think, is the liberty or the freedom of will. Human beings have been given free will. Free will doesn't just mean we can choose to go right or left, vanilla or chocolate. Free will means that we have the ability to actually create ourselves, to create the world, and to create history. And that is actually the power of the human being, that we are not just going with the flow. We are not merely participants, but we are active partners with God in creation. And Rosh Hashanah traditionally is considered to be the anniversary of the creation of the human being. Consequently, on Rosh Hashanah, it is considered a day of judgment. God is saying, okay, I created you with this potential. How did you take that and create yourselves? What type of world did you create with that freedom? What type of human did you create with that freedom? That's the question that we contemplate on Rosh Hashanah, and that's the reminder that we are given by the blowing of the shofar to proclaim liberty throughout the land, that every single human being has freedom of will. It could be that your external circumstances are beyond your control, and it could be that your health, and it could be many other factors are beyond our control. But the one thing that's always within our control is how we create our inner self, how we react, how we understand things, how we emote things, and the very creation of the essence of the self is performed through our exercising of our free will. So ultimately, when we blow the shofar on Rosh Hashanah, we are reminded, and should be reminded, of the freedom of the human being, and that is why the human being is judged. We are judged because we have freedom of will, and because we have freedom of will, we celebrate Rosh Hashanah not only as a day of contemplation and solemnity and judgment, but we also actually celebrate it. We have good food, we dress nicely, we drink wine, etc., because we are celebrating the fact that each one of us has that incredible freedom that was bestowed upon us by God with our creation. Have a happy and sweet New Year.